friends new and old, and welcome to the Roast and Toast podcast. We are your hosts this week, Jennie and Philip.
Yes. Jennie and Philip, yes, hello. You know, since last we've talked, Jennie, I've done nothing but grow out my facial hair.
I've noticed.
Yes, it has been. We've actually gone through this in a previous episode. I believe it's like something like, it's early. It's real early, like episode 3, 2, 4, something in the annals of history. It's really old. And David was on the side of pro beard. I was on the side of pro choice of shaving. Mm-hmm. And so I want to say, now that I've fully grown, and I'm going to continue to let it grow for quite some time until at least January, which as of right now we're talking in July, so it's going to be going for a while. I want to say, and I want to continue to say, I'm still pro shave. Like it's gross. I hate eating with my beard. I hate just living in my beard. Like every so often I'll just lick my lip, and then there'll be like a hair follicle like exfoliating my tongue, and I'm like, oh, that's me.
Well,
if
you put
it's
it that
me,
way, yikes.
Yeah, it's an experience that I do not wish upon anybody that doesn't choose to want it, you know. Yeah, so I guess I'm talking to the lone people that are out there surviving in the wilderness on tropical islands that they have crash landed on and have no access to shaving materials. For you, my brethren, I feel saddened for you. So that has been my existence. How have you been, Jennie? I don't see that you have taken to growing a beard yourself. So what have you been doing?
I have not. I am not capable of growing a fine, gentlemanly beard. I will just dream about it, and I actually have a beanie.
For shame.
If I ever feel like I need to have that feeling in my heart.
Oh, like a beanie with the attachment beard?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I got it as a gift in college, and I haven't gotten rid of it. It's marvelous. It's quite warm.
How could
actually.
You? I bet.
But it's pretty dated because it has like the old traditional like flipped up cap lid, so it can't be worn as trendy these days. But for a quick fix to get my chin warm, it's perfect. On topic of what's been happening in my life, you'll probably notice behind me my wall is looking empty, Philip.
Pretty bare, yeah.
For listeners at home, if you're not looking at any social media posting, you won't be able to tell this, but I am actually beginning the process of moving.
I'm shocked, Jennie. Congratulations. Do we have any details as to or any details wanting to share beyond that, or are you just moving?
I mean, it's nothing really exciting to report. I'm just doing the adult thing by moving in with my family to save money. That's pretty much it.
That is the adult thing. Congratulations. Enjoy. Although I will say, your family, though, from an outsider's perspective, as it usually is, but you seem to have a nice family to where that won't be necessarily too much of a hassle. Like they'll let you live your life and kind of do what you want.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be temporary, of course, while I figure out some more permanent housing for myself and save some money. It's a good move on my part to just do the thing. To start saving for a house or saving for a house or a condo.
Understandable. Well, congratulations. Enjoy the moving. If you need help moving, this is a genuine offer. This is not just a podcast offer. But if you need help moving, I will go and help you. I appreciate that. Nobody likes to do that. So.
No, we tell you,
No.
The summer heat, not great for that. But yes, let's continue on.
We're going to be mixing it up today, where it is Jennie's game. However, due to the summer heat scaring off a lot of other people, we are bringing in my guest, my friend, my Twitch streamer. Our first Twitch streamer we've ever had here, Jennie.
Oh, interesting.
Yes,
check that off the bucket list. Nice.
Exactly. My friend, Kyle. Kyle, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show and the podcast. How are you?
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I'm real hype, a little nervous.
Yeah,
excited.
Jennie, when I told him that there are no consequences to this game of winning or losing other than death, he was a little nervous. So no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No,
my life is on the line. So.
Well, that's news to me, Kyle. So I think you're going to be fine.
Okay, good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. That's really reassuring.
But before
All
we
right.
play, yes, go ahead, Philip.
Yes, before we play, absolutely. Before we play, Kyle, me and Jenny, as well as the audience, needs to get to know you a little bit more in order to fully understand who you are. What is the id of Kyle? So, in order to do that, we will both be asking you questions to get to know you a little bit better. Just one question each, just something that we think really gets to the soul of Kyle. So, Jenny, you go first.
Okay, Kyle, so my question for you, take your time, of course, to think about it. I'm sure, or it'll come right to you. What is the most creative insult you have ever heard? Or what is your favorite joking insult? What's your favorite way to throw shade? Things like that.
Does this have to be in the context of an actual insult, or...
Oh, well,
Or just an insulting move?
Because I think my default answer is like Shakespearean insults.
We will
There's
accept
nothing
that here
quite
on
as
this podcast.
ridiculous.
What would that be?
I'm gonna butcher it, but I'll do my best for you guys.
Go ahead.
You knave! You rump-fed hedge pig! I'll call you a spot-fed toad!
Oh my
Pretty
god.
good. That's pretty good.
Hedge pig, not hedge pig.
Hedge pig, yep.
At least you
That's
didn't
amazing.
talk about our soiled oats or something like that. Very well done, Kyle.
No, you take good care of your oats. I
Yes.
know that.
You have fine oats, sir. You have very fine oats, as they all say. All
Oats worthy of a king.
Exactly.
Oats with him. Royal oats. Kyle, my question to you is, since, as we've already pre-stated here, you are a Twitch streamer, meaning that you tend to and like to game. If you had to play one game against the aliens for the fate of Earth, everybody's life, I mean, you're talking about pressure here for our lives, Kyle. That's pretty pressurized situation. But for the fate of Earth, what game would you choose?
We're getting to the id of Kyle, which is, I'm not playing against the aliens to save humanity. I'm playing against the aliens to impress the aliens.
Oh, I see. Right. So even in loss, you could have like what is known in sports as a good loss.
That's right. Okay. As long as, this is more of a social contract with the aliens than anything. We're trying to show them our worth. So here's the thing. I'm more of a have a good time while I get my ass kicked type of gamer. So there's not a whole lot of games that I'm super confident in to save all of humanity. But I'd say the one I'm probably best at comparatively to the rest of the populace is probably something like a strategy game like Civ 6 or something like that. Something slow-paced, methodical. I love playing action games, but where I truly shine more than, the common man is in my knowledge of history and strategy and that type of thing.
Now, a reminder, you could have gone tag, you could have gone tic-tac-toe, you could have gone chess. It could have been any game, but you chose Civ 6, so now you're stuck with it. But I'm glad...
You look like a man who would challenge aliens to tag.
Yeah, I would challenge aliens to a game of blackjack probably, just so that way at least that there's I do have a shot.
Just fully random chance.
Yeah, just full random chance.
Can I say D&D? Just truly befriend the aliens?
Oh, D&D, yeah. How could you kill us? We went on an adventure together. I've rolled that nat 7, it's crazy.
That's right.
Yeah. Wonderful answers. It is nice to get to know you, Kyle, before the feat that we are about to accomplish together in competition. Jenny, what is the arena that we are facing each other in?
Well, thankfully, we are not relying on what we know, gentlemen. We are doing this purely off of instinct, what we feel. So, what I've done for our game today, we're calling this, What in the America is Going On Here?
Ooh.
So, what I've done is I've been researching odd news on various news sites, and I've decided to put together a little game where you are going to guess you're going to be competing to guess which state these stories happen in.
Okay.
Oh, no.
We are going dangerously close to a bad subject of Philip is geography.
Let me pull up a map.
If you had like the entire map of the United States and it was blank, no titles, I swear to God, I could not pick out where New Hampshire was. I
would get most of the west and east, but the middle would be largely blank.
Yeah, Missouri, more like I'm in misery having to pick out where this is going to be. Yeah.
Well, don't worry. It's only going to be one option or the other. I'm not going to make you pick from multiple.
Oh,
Bless you, Jenny.
That's so kind of you. Thank you.
1,000 children have sung your praises today.
I think the real winner
bless.
is Jenny for
Yes.
that one.
The real winner is the friends we're about to make along the way. So let's go ahead and begin. The way we're going to do this is I'm going to just try my best to read a news story without revealing information about the state it's located in. There's 2 states available that you can choose from. You'll just have to pick one or the other. You can pick the same state, or you could be different and pick opposing states. It is completely up to you. We are going first to 3 today. Correct guesses.
First to 3. Ooh,
are we ready?
Okay.
Yes, I was born ready.
Do you have a tiebreaker just in case, Jenny?
Oh, there won't be a
We do not, but I think we'll be okay.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go.
Okay, the title of this first one is called Gleaming Monolith Pops Up in Blank Desert, the latest in a series of quickly vanishing structures. So the strange monolith looks like it could have come from another world. Jutting out of the rocks in a remote mountain range near Blank, the glimmering rectangular prism's reflective surface imitates the vast desert landscape surrounding the mountain peak where it is erected. Police said on the social platform X, formerly Twitter, that members of its search and rescue unit found the otherworldly object over the weekend near Blank Peak, where bighorn sheep and desert tortoises can be found roaming. Oh, let me read one quote that I thought was really funny. We see a lot of weird things happening when people go hiking, not like not being prepared for the weather, not bringing enough water. But check this out. Gentlemen, your options for this first one. Is this monolith, was it discovered in Texas or Nevada? Guessed first, please. Go ahead, Kyle.
I'm going Nevada for this one. It is very Nevada-coded to have mysterious things in the desert. And if my geography serves me, there's not a whole lot of mountain ranges in Texas. But I'm going Nevada on this one.
That was my clue as well. I mean, Texas is its own nation, really. So, I mean, there very well could be like, the Mount Kilimanjaro in the middle of it, and no, I wouldn't blank. But I know that Las Vegas has mountains, and then plus there's like desert area there that I think with like tortoises and stuff that would sound more conducive to Nevada than it would Texas. So I'm going to hop along with Kyle on our Turtle Express and go with Nevada.
Hell yeah.
Well, congratulations, gentlemen. You both have gotten the first one correct. This did take place in Las Vegas, Nevada. Apparently, this is not the first time something of this structure described has been found. Apparently, they found several in several different locations. Someone's either pulling a really elaborate prank or their aliens are out there.
They're gonna take my monolith, on fire.
Article number 2, the title of this one is Truck Spills 8 Tons of Avocados Onto Blank Highway.
Oh, R.I.P. to the avocados, man. Those are.
I know.
Oh, God. What the guac is going on around here? Jesus.
Nice.
Okay, so traffic was snarled for several hours on a blank highway when a truck overturned and spilled its load of avocados into the road. The Blank Highway Patrol's city office said a truck carrying 8 tons of avocados overturned on Blank Highway and spilled its load of superfood onto the northbound lanes just before 4 a.m. The accident involved 2 other vehicles, and thankfully, no serious injuries were reported.
Me and Kyle are not mature enough to handle this story at its base.
So, did this take place in California or Florida? Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, my thought would be, I think if there were to be any car to be turned over, it would be on its way to California, since California is more vertical than horizontal. So I think that it would be messed up on the way there. I'm going to say Florida, as they could have easily seen an alligator and then just turned it over in trying to avoid said alligator. I'm going to go Florida.
Okay, Kyle, what say you?
I'm actually going to do the other option. I'm going to say California.
Ooh.
California is covered in highways. There is a lot of real estate for bad things to happen on highways because there's a lot of highways, and damn do they love avocados over there. So
that is true.
I'm going to go California, I think.
Kyle, though, if a truck of avocados overspilled though in California, I feel like there would be a riot. That would be a local news for weeks. Outrage. Whereas in Florida, that doesn't even make the local news. That doesn't even make the newspaper. That's just like somebody in Iowa wrote this for Florida on Florida's behalf because they're like, hey, gotcha. What the hell?
Gotcha. I'm sticking with California. I think avocado love, highways everywhere. Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Your avocadite senses were correct because this took place in California.
Excellent.
How stereotypical. Golly.
So many avocado toasts cannot exist now.
Yep.
Thanks to that truck. Shame on them.
Sad day.
Okay.
Shame.
For all the Californians.
Okay, question 3. The title of this article is Blank Town Gets Aggressive with Lazy Litter Bugs. A town on blank is aiming to clean up its chronic littering problem with an aggressive anti-littering campaign and steep fines. The town of blank's Operation Clean campaign was launched with an ad showing a serial litterer getting some karma in the form of a garbage truck dumping its load on his lawn.
Wow.
The town also erected anti-littering signs which read, "Why are you littering? I am lazy. I don't care about natural areas. Mommy still cleans up after me." All of the above.
Wow.
The town said
Somebody was on their pettiness.
Right. The town said first-time offenders can face a fine up to $1,000 for littering.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Serious business.
Where do you think this took place? Did this happen in Illinois or New York?
Oh, both are very petty states. Oh, wow. Kyle, you're going to go first since you have the lead.
Yeah, all right. An acceptable reason to go first, I suppose. This is a hard one because I can see the big cities of either of those states having a big litter problem. I'm trying to think of the wording of the sign and what group of people would write that. And I think I'm going to go with Illinois. Would you like me to read it again? This one. Sure, yeah. Change my mind, Jenny. Yes.
I'm happy to read it again because I thought it was hilarious. So I do not mind one bit. Why are you littering? I am lazy. I don't care about natural areas. Mommy still cleans up after me. All of the above.
That is a lot of words for a sign that could have just said, "Don't put trash."
Yes, that's all on one sign. It was a highway advertisement. Was how much in order to encompass that one sign. It wasn't a bunch of signs, Kyle. Don't think of it like that. It was just one sign in front of all of it.
Okay, so I fully was thinking it was one sign with just all of these words.
No, it's a bunch of little picket signs. It wasn't just one advertised banner,
doesn't it? That changes.
They didn't have it like flying across in the sky, just like, "Mommy makes me clean
like
up."
Like an airplane plane.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, well, cut that one out.
Like a drone army is just holding up this banner saying, "Mommy picks up after me."
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, excellent. I think I'm going to stick with Illinois on this one. I'm unfazed by this new revelation. This is Illinois energy, whatever that means.
Wow. I cannot believe he took Illinois. So here was my rationale. I thought that there has a higher chance of this being Illinois, but only because New York, I don't think that they're like, it sounded like them based on what they wrote. I can easily see a New Yorker saying "mommy," whereas Chicago or Illinois is more "mama." But if we're talking about who has like front yards and lawns, that's definitely going to be Illinois more so than New York. I mean, they just don't have the real estate for it. But I have to go opposite. I have to go New York because Kyle chose chose Illinois. And I can't catch up otherwise. If he's right, I already lost. If not, I'm whatever. So I'm going opposite. I'm going New York, hoping that he was wrong.
Well, Kyle is incorrect.
No!
Woo! Yeah!
The correct answer is New York. Now, think about it, gentlemen. Think about it. New York is in my opinion, sorry, New Yorkers, if you're listening to this podcast, I find New York in general to be a very petty state. Everyone's moving, get out of their way. If you're in the way, you're going to get run over by whether or not it's going to be feet or cars. You're just in the way. So I am not surprised that their signs came off this way. Chicago, I'm not personally sure. I'd say people are slightly less petty, but that's just my interpretation based off of what I've seen in Chicago versus New York.
Fair enough.
Right. I think New York will definitely make you an example of, and Illinois will just end you. They will just I think is the difference. Yeah.
Okay, well, technically, you are tied. Kyle
I had
has
to
two.
give Philip a chance.
Has two.
So.
Very benevolent of you, Kyle.
Yeah, of course,
Thank you.
of course.
Would you guys like to go to 3 still, or we can go to 1 more if you want to keep playing? Are you guys having fun?
Yeah, let's keep going.
I'm having
Yeah, let's
Okay.
see.
How about so we can use as many of these as possible? I'm going to go ahead and raise the winning number to 4.
Okay.
Okay.
So speaking of 4, let's move on to question 4.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Good connection. Good segue.
Title of Article 4 says, Woman 108 stays young by flirting with men with mustaches. A blank woman celebrating her 108th birthday offered an unusual answer to how she keeps herself feeling young. Drinking wine, eating dessert, and flirting with men with mustaches. Helen, Denmark turned 108 on Sunday, and she was celebrated with a party Monday thrown by her friends and caregivers at blank assisted living in blank. Well, I feel all right, she said. I'll be here when I'm 110.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Where does this woman live? Where did this article take place? Was she in South Carolina or Alabama?
Well, and nowhere in that article did I hear the word cousin, so I'm tempted to go to North Carolina. Alabama, would an Alabama woman have that thought? I think I'm gonna go with North Carolina.
Listen, I'm not here to be divisive. I'm here to win. And I think I agree with you, actually. The phrasing of what she said does not sound like something someone from Alabama would say at all, especially a 108-year-old someone.
Yeah, 108 Alabama woman. That's I don't think we're talking about flirting. We're talking about I've been married to George for 77 years, and we love the Lord, and we love our ribeye steaks, and every morning we eat chicken fried livers, and
Satan has a mustache.
Cracker Barrel on a Sunday.
The Lord's barrel is Cracker Barrel, and we're going every Sunday for them mishmash tater teas.
Nothing wrong with Alabama, but this sounds like someone.
There's a lot wrong with Alabama, Kyle. There's a lot wrong with it.
Fair enough. There's a lot wrong with everywhere. Wow.
I don't know why I woke up choosing violence against Alabama today. I'm so
sorry. Up and you're like, Alabama! This just doesn't sound like someone who lives any type of rural existence, as my limited perspective is. Everyone in Alabama lives a rural existence. I'm sure that's 100% accurate.
Across the board.
Yeah, so I agree with you, Philip. I'm going with Carolina as well.
Well, I'm sorry, gentlemen. You both are actually incorrect.
Shocked. Actually
this
shocked.
This woman, sweet Helen, Denmark, she lives in Alabama. This happened in Birmingham.
Wow.
Bless you, Helen. I wonder what the ratio of men, because do you think that there are a lot of mustached men in Alabama, Kyle? I don't know.
My question is...
I think that they're probably...
She specified mustache. Does that mean, like, in
not
the
beard.
absence of a beard, like, only mustache? Otherwise, you'd think you'd just say facial hair.
Yeah, I don't know, but also she has assisted living, so she could be near the end, so I don't know.
Well, she's 108, so I think we know the answer to how close to the end she is. Relatively close.
Her goal now is no longer, like, 140. It's like, I'm definitely going to be here
She's
till
like, I'm going to have fun before I go out, you know?
Yeah.
There are no points for that round, so you guys are both currently at 2 points. You're tied up.
All right.
Let's move on to question 5. Some blank subway trains are now sporting googly eyes. Subway riders in blank are playing their own game of Where's Waldo, but instead of searching for a cartoon character with a red and white striped top, they're on the lookout for subway trains with googly eye decals attached to the front. The head of Transit Service said the whimsical decals are attached to a handful of trains and are meant to bring a smile to riders' faces. Transportation Authority General Manager and CEO Philip Ang said a small group of what he described as transit enthusiasts approached the agency with an unusual request to install the eyes on trains. They even dropped off a package of plastic googly eyes at their headquarters.
Wow.
So where could something ridiculous like this happen? Could it happen in Pennsylvania or Massachusetts?
Oh, good candidate.
I think the answer to that
Kyle,
question
you go
is
first.
yes and yes.
Yeah.
Both of those places. And
Yes.
also, I just want to meet the person who, walks into the subway place and, I'm a transit enthusiast. Put these googly eyes on your trains.
Well, the person who did this obviously watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's what we've
yes.
learned. That's somebody came away and was like, "That's a call to action for me. That's an excuse for me. I will go through with this."
Googly eyes on everything. I honestly, for me, this one's kind of like a shot in the dark. I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm leaning Massachusetts just because I don't think I've heard of a subway, anything to do with the subway in Pennsylvania, whereas I've heard vaguely of subway stories from Massachusetts. But I honestly, it is kind of a shot in the dark for me. I'm going to go with Massachusetts.
This is my limited knowledge, once again showing I forget where Biden's from, but I think he's from Pennsylvania. And
He's from New Hampshire, I think.
Oh, then this might change my thing. Because I thought that he was from Pennsylvania. And I know that he rode the subway to work every day, whatever. I know everywhere on the East Coast is 2 minutes away from each other. I have no idea what that is. That does not exist over here in Arizona. We're 2 minutes away from heat exhaustion. Yep. So in the absence of Biden actually living in Pennsylvania and New Hampshire, in actuality, I will then have to go with Kyle.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Philip. I said the wrong information. You are correct. Biden is from Pennsylvania.
Oh no.
Oh, it is an update.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Well, in that case,
Jenny's messing with my emotions and my voting integrity on a different playing field.
How does it feel to have an emotional journey seen on the podcast? The tables have turned,
They
Philip.
have turned. I am so vulnerable and bare and emotionally open to the world. My chakras are bleeding forth for everybody to see. Let's go back to Pennsylvania with Papa Joe. And because here's my thing is that Massachusetts, I just don't see any Boston people having fun with this. This is a very whimsical, fun thing. And I don't see Boston people hey, what the hell? Get these, I'm trying to think of Mark Wahlberg. When the hell, why do we have these, we need to go get a beer. Why do we have these googly dukes? So I'm going to go with Pennsylvania.
Well, one of you did get the correct choice. One of you did get a point this round, and that point is going to Kyle.
Yes.
This took place in Massachusetts. Boston, Massachusetts.
See, Philip, you're absolutely right. But instead of thinking, oh, Boston people, they don't want to see this because they're trying for other things, who needs a little joy pumped into their life?
They do.
More than someone who is regularly riding the Boston subway system.
Well, the follow-up story to this is that local Boston man has set fire to a trolley. I mean, that's the follow-up that has happened here because there's just
googly eyes
for it.
missing in train thieving incident.
Cyclops train.
Found defecated on and viciously urinated on.
God, I
feel
hope
like
not.
we're firing shots at every location.
Yeah.
Talked
Give us 2 more targets here, Jenny. I love this.
Well, on the topic of defecation, here's article number 6. Are you ready?
Looking at you, Florida. Let's go.
Oh my god.
A blank museum tells the stories of ancient animals through their fossilized poop. One way to help tell how a Tyrannosaurus rex digested food is to look at its poop. Bone fragments in a piece of fossilized excrement at a new museum at blank, aptly called the Pooseum, are among the tinier bits of evidence that indicate T-Rex wasn't much of a chewer, but rather swallowed whole chunks of prey. The sample is one of more than 7,000 on display at the museum that opened in May in blank. a town known for its Wild West shows along Route 66, wildlife attractions, and a railway to blank.
Well, I think we should both know what this one is already, probably.
Yeah.
Was this in New Mexico or Arizona?
Kyle, since you have the lead, you get to go first.
I'm gonna go with Arizona on this one. Train to the Grand Canyon. My dad is a geologist, and he specifically came here to do geology and teach geology because of how amazing Arizona is for this type of stuff. So this doesn't surprise me. And I'm sure if he doesn't already know about the Pooseum, he will be very excited when I tell him about it. But I'm going to go with Arizona on this one.
Yet again, I must go opposite, although I have more conviction. I think it is New Mexico. I've made that trip countless times, and it's, of course, on the way to New Mexico, and I couldn't tell you where. But I think I've seen some advertisement for this Pooseum, and me thinking, God, I hope fossilized means absence of stink, because you know that there's at least kids, weird people, tourists going around just giving that 70 plus exhibits just a good whiff to see does it, because it's the next question of when you hear the word fossilized excrement, you think, well, does it still stink? Like, I think that even precedes, is it hard? Is it, what does it look like? I think the first thought is, does it still stink? That's my personal thought. So I'm going to go with New Mexico.
Well, I would hope it doesn't.
One would hope.
I would hope it
One
doesn't.
would hope not.
Because you would think they would put them in glass cases.
It smells only as much as any other rock, which is what fossils are.
Yeah, I would, but this rock is made of not rock.
This rock is made of knot.
It's made of knot. So we need to make double sure. Like, rock can be made out of rock. That's fine. I'm fine with how rock is.
We actually have fossilized excrement in our house.
Well, I didn't need to know about your bathroom habits, Kyle. Let's move on, Jenny. Let us move on. Kyle has taken us to an incredibly immature place. I do not want to go there.
I apologize.
Well, that is... Thank you for sharing that with us.
My dad's a geologist.
And I would like to also... Yes,
don't need to hear about your dad's
I'd like to congratulate you because you have just won the game today, Kyle.
And what a way to win. What a shitty way to win, let me tell
my
you.
knowledge of forgotten quite literally has won me this victory today.
Because this Pooseum exists in Williams, Arizona.
It would.
Williams, yeah, that makes sense. That is out there.
Yeah. In every sense of the phrase.
Congratulations, Kyle.
Congratulations, Kyle.
Yes.
I hope you know that I fully regret bringing you on now. But congratulations.
Okay. I forgive you for saying that.
Yeah, I forgive you. Well, thank you, Kyle. As before we head out and we move along to the rest of the podcast, I suppose a thank you is in order. Before we leave, though, for any and all interested in following you on your various social media sites, at least your Twitch stream, what is it? Give us a shout out while you're here.
Yeah, my Twitch. You can catch me Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. MST to 2 p.m. MST. Play lots of different games. It is twitch.tv/Imperator Kylock. That is Imperator as in Latin for emperor, and Kylock, Kyloc. Love to see you, and we have a good time over there. So thank you guys so much for having me.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks for joining us, Kyle.
Thank you.
That slaps. It is time for That Slaps. It is our segment where we bring some new, fresh piece of media, whether that be a piece of music, a movie, a TV show that just tickled our fancy. We want to share with the world how much we love it. I have brought a song this week. Ooh. One of my favorite female artists as of late is Remi Wolf. She has a fresh sound and she is delivering. She just released her latest album called Big Ideas on July 12th, I believe. And I'm a big fan of her first single on the album, which is called Cinderella. If you haven't heard it yet, go give it a shot. Cinderella by Remi Wolf. That slaps.
So I am late to the gay drag party that has happened, and I'm all here for it. Everybody loves Pink Pony Club by Chappell Roan, and thus led me. It was my gateway drug into her music. And side note, quite loved. If I could slap an interview, I loved her interview with Jimmy Fallon. So anytime seeing Jimmy Fallon being nervous during an interview is chef's kiss. Love it. So, anyways, but to not be so mainstream, I did listen to the rest of one of her albums, and Naked and Manhattan by Chappell Roan. I think Roan, Jenny, is it Rowan? Anyway.
Chappell Roan.
Rowan, excuse
Chappell
me.
Roan.
Chappell, yeah.
I'm still learning myself.
Yes.
I'm a fresh fan to her too.
Fantastic. So anyways, respectfully, Naked in Manhattan by Chappell Roan is definitely slaps. Enjoy that sound, enjoy the song, and enjoy the journey.
Another episode comes to a close. Everyone say aw. Aww. But before we go, we have some people we want to thank. Thank you to Casson Crossland and Jake Corling for all the music you hear on the show.
Thanks to Ryan Ardell, Josh Hans, for a lot of the audio bits you hear throughout the entirety of the show. As well as thank you to Kyle Kadel for joining us. Make sure to follow him on his Twitch, as he mentioned earlier. Thank you so much for joining us, Kyle. Really appreciate it.
Thank you to Rudy Chuck for all of your wonderful graphics that you see in all of our social media. And thank you to you, the listener. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've been here a while, thank you for always joining us. We love you guys. If you're joining us for the first time, hello. Nice to meet you. We love you too. Stick around a while. Now, to keep in touch with what we're doing, please follow us on all major social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, on the TikTok under Roast and Toast Pod. And you can follow us and also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, on YouTube. And, how could I forget? Pandora, you wench. We can't listen on Pandora, because screw you, Pandora, screw you!
Oh my god, we just made an amazing discovery. What, William? Well, we found this fossilized bear poo in the woods. Does it smell? Actually, it kind of does.